Heat below the melting point, applied long enough, fuses particles into something solid, without ever becoming liquid first. I've been changed by heat, I never melted under pressure and temperature, not enough to liquefy, but applied long enough, consistently enough to fuse what had been separated into something permanently joined. Nobody saw the transformation, because nothing dramatic happened on the surface, just sustained heat below the threshold. And one day the particles were simply no longer separate. Sintering doesn't announce the moment of bonding. The fusion happens invisibly over time. What looked like separate particles yesterday wakes up tomorrow as a single solid thing. Sub-base holes like particles compressed by sustained heat. Congas knock like pressure applied below the melt point. Shaker moves like bonding happening invisibly beneath. I was fused by what never quite broke me. I watched dramatic transformations in other people, the ones that involve visible melting and recasting. Mine were quieter than that, just long heat, sustained pressure, invisible bonding. Not less real for being undramatic, not less strong for never having liquefied. The Sinter thing holds differently than the casting, both solid but formed by entirely different kinds of heat. Change completely, invisibly. How did it happen? Long heat, steady pressure, solid now. Particles fused into something permanent. Sub-base deep like material, finally bonded through. Congas drive like strength that formed without the melt still holding. And the sintering made me stronger than casting ever could have. This isn't about surviving without changing. Sintering is change, just below the dramatic threshold. Invisible, thorough, and permanently bonded. Not melted, but fused. The same particles, now permanently one thing. A body at rest stays at rest. A body in motion stays in motion until something changes the equation. Neither is lazy, both are just honest physics. Sides of this love, the version of me that couldn't start, and the one that could. couldn't stop. Both of them just obeying what inertia demanded. The hardest part was never the middle. It was the beginning and the endings, breaking into motion from complete stillness and breaking motion into something finally quiet again. Inertia isn't failure to try. It's the natural state of any mass. Every star requires an outside force, something has to be worth breaking the stillness for. Sub-bass holds steady like mass that hasn't moved yet. Congas knock like force, finally meeting resistance. Shaker moves like the first moment something breaks into motion. The beginning always costs the most. I've learned to choose my starts carefully, because starting is the most expensive moment. Everything after that just needs the motion already happening to stay in motion. I've also learned to choose my stops, because stopping requires just as much force as starting. A life in motion doesn't slow down by accident, it takes a decision. This isn't about fighting inertia, it's about understanding it. Using stillness when stillness is right, and using motion to stay in motion once you begin. Inertia, inertia, at rest or in motion. Either way, honest. Inertia, inertia, inertia. In motion now, the hardest part already behind. Sub-bass deep like mass, fully committed to direction. Congas drive like momentum building on itself, still moving. And the inertia that once held me still now keeps me going. Inertia, no outside force required anymore. Just everything that started moving, staying that way. Birds don't flap to stay up high. They find the invisible columns arising, yeah. Circle inside them and let the earth's own heat do the lifting. I've learned to find the thermals in my life, the rising columns of invisible support. Not the help that announces itself, but the kind that just lifts you if you position yourself right. Some environments run warm beneath the surface, communities, conversations, certain kinds of attention that generate the invisible upward pressure that does the lifting without being asked. Manufactured, you can't force the air to rise. You just learn to read the signs and position yourself above the heat before it lifts. Sub-bass rises like warm air column forming. Congas knock like altitude gain without effort. Shaker moves like wings extended, catching the lift. I stopped flapping and started finding the rise. Oh, I used to exhaust myself, staying aloft. Every bit of altitude earned through personal effort. Not understanding that some of the lift was already there, rising without me waiting to be used. I circle now and I find the warm air, banking slow wings, level gaining height without burning. That's not laziness, that's reading the atmosphere. The bird that finds the thermal goes highest with least cost. This isn't about waiting for someone to carry you. Finding a thermal requires skill in reading and timing. The bird still has to fly to find the lift. It just stops fighting what wants to carry it upward. Thermal, rising without effort. Rising, let the warm air lift. Thermal, high now, circling the column without flapping. So they steam like warm air, doing what warm air does. Congas drive like altitude, building effortlessly. Still rising, and the lift was always there. I just had to find it. Wings extended inside the column. Rising without effort, exactly as high as the air wants to take me. There's a speed below which you always fall back down, and a speed above which the pool can no longer reach you. At insufficient speed, getting close to the edge of the atmosphere, then falling back through the same air, landing in the same place I'd always been. Not from lack of effort, from lack of enough velocity at the critical moment. Close doesn't count when gravity is the opponent. You either break free or you don't. Escape velocity isn't about strength, it's about reaching the exact threshold. Below it, effort just delays the fall. Above it, nothing can bring you back to where you were. Sub-bass rumbles like engines building toward the number. Congas knock like altitude increasing past the point of no return. Shaker moves like the atmosphere finally thinning. I hit the number and everything changed at once. I know what it costs to reach that speed. Every resource I had directed at one thing. Not balanced, not sustainable, not comfortable. Just fast enough at exactly the right moment. I don't live at escape velocity. Nobody can sustain that burn, but I used it once at exactly the moment it mattered. And that single bird was enough to change the orbit. velocity is an escape. It's the speed at which the pull of where you were can no longer find you. No, but now the atmosphere below and gone. Sub-bass, deep like silence. After the engine's cut, congas drive like momentum, sustaining itself effortlessly, still moving, and gravity is still there, just no longer in charge. Above the pool, moving without effort now. Everything that burned by me still carrying me forward. Water climbs without a pump against gravity through the narrowest channels. Not because it's forced, but because the walls want it there. I've moved through spaces that look too narrow to carry anything of size. But capillary action doesn't need width, it needs the right relationship between the liquid and the wall. Some environments pull me upward, not through pressure from below, but through attraction from above. The channel and the water agreeing to move together. Capillary action stops when the channel widens. The intimacy of narrow walls is exactly what creates the lift. Open it up and gravity wins again. Sub-bass rises like water climbing narrow walls. Congas knock like surface tension doing invisible work. Shaker moves like liquid finding the path that wants it. I rise through spaces that have no room for anything but me. I've learned to find the narrow channels where the walls pull instead of resist. Not every opening is the right opening. Some spaces are too wide to let me rise. The wide room looks more welcoming, but the narrow channel is where I actually move. Not from claustrophobia, from physics. The right fit creates the lift. Capillary, 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 capillary rising through the narrow walls that want me there. Capillary, 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 capillary. This isn't about confinement. Capillary action is what happens when the channel and the liquid were made for exactly each other. Higher now, risen through what looked impossibly narrow. Sub-bass deep like surface tension holding the column. Congas drive like water arrived above where gravity said stop. Still rising. And the narrow channel was never what held me back. Above where gravity without a pump. No GPS, no landmarks visible, just your last known position, your speed, your heading, your time, and the confidence to trust the map. Navigated seasons without fixed points, no mentor pointing the direction, no map that covered this particular territory, just what I knew about my own velocity. Dead reckoning isn't guessing, it's disciplined estimation from known facts. I know how fast I move when I'm honest, I know how long I've been heading this direction. The math compounds without correction. Small errors in the estimate stack silently into large ones, which is why dead reckoning requires frequent recalibration. Sub-bass moves steady like a vessel holding course. Congas knock like time intervals being tracked. Shaker moves like heading adjusted without landmarks. I navigated without stars and still arrived close enough. I've been wrong about my position before, thought I was further along than I actually was. Dead reckoning, error, honest and fixable, not failure, just the cost of navigating without certainty. The correction isn't defeat, it's the system working exactly as intended. You estimate, you check when you can, you adjust and you keep going.
What if the math is off? Then I recalibrate. And if there are no landmarks, then I trust the heading.
Close enough now, position confirmed by arrival. Sub-bass deep like vessel, the status course. Congas drive like confidence in known velocity. Still navigating, and dead reckoning got me here when nothing else could have. This isn't about certainty. Dead reckoning is what you use when the stars are hidden and the coast is out of sight, and you have to keep moving anyway. No landmarks needed, just last known position, speed, heading, time, and the willingness to trust the map. The moon always shows the same face, not because it stopped rotating, but because it rotates exactly as fast as it orbits. So one side always faces here. I've been in relationships like that, where I always showed the same face, not from dishonesty, but from a gravity that held one side always forward. The hidden side wasn't darker, just never visible from where you stood. Same rotation, same orbit, but you only ever saw what the geometry allowed. Tidal Lock isn't limitation, it's the natural result like a body in perfect lock. Congas knock like a rotation, matching the revolution. Shaker moves like synchronization, finally complete. I show the same face to what holds me this close. I felt the pull of certain places, certain people, certain kinds of work that lock something in me into position. Facing them fully, always the same angle. Not trapped, not diminished, just precisely aligned to one specific gravity. There's a loyalty in Tidal Lock that only forms between things that have orbited long enough. This isn't about being predictable. Tidal Lock is what happens when something is pulled at you long enough that your whole rotation reorganizes around it. Tidal Lock, same face, same pull, rotating in sync. Tidal Lock, Tidal Lock, Tidal Lock, Tidal Lock, Tidal Lock. Locked in now, rotation matching revolution, exactly sub-bass, deep like orbital mechanics, finally settled. Congas drive like two bodies, finally synchronized, still here. And the lock happens so gradually, neither of us notice. Same phase always, not from stillness, but from the precision of a synchronized orbit. Connecting all the points that share the same temperature. Not the same place, not the same pressure, just the same exact degree of heat. People alone and Isotherm, not from the same city, not from the same background, but burning at the same temperature, recognizable to each other immediately across any distance. The Isotherm doesn't care about geography, it draws its line through whatever happens to be this war. And I've met more of my kind on the other side of the world than in rooms nearby. The Isotherm reveals invisible community, people burning at the same temperature, who might never share a physical space, but who recognize each other the instant the heat is felt. Sub-bass, sub the shared frequency of the Isotherm. Congas knock like recognition, crossing any distance. Shaker moves like one, finding its own temperature in others. I know my temperature, and I know who runs the same. I stopped looking for my people nearby, just because nearby was convenient. The Isotherm runs through who it runs through, regardless of how far apart the points happen to be. Some of the warmest connections I found were across oceans, across languages, people burning at exactly my temperature, who I recognized before a single word was exchanged.
about exclusivity. The Isotherm doesn't choose who gets to burn warm. It just draws the honest line through every point that happens to be exactly this temperature. Isotherm, same temperature, different place. I know you by your heat. Isotherm, Isotherm, Isotherm. Connected now across the full length of the line. Sub-bass deep, like warmth recognized across any distance. Compass drive like Isotherm, drawing its honest path. Still burning. And the line connects everyone who burns at this exact degree. Same temperature, different coordinates, recognized across any distance.